W.F. Howes presents an unabridged recording of Murder Takes the Stage by Colleen, Cambridge, narrated by Rachel Atkins. Chapter 1. Phyllida Bright's feelings about London were exceedingly complicated. On the one hand, a person couldn't deny that the city was exciting, energetic, eclectic, and enchanting, alliteration notwithstanding. One could buy anything, do anything, eat anything, and experience nearly anything one wished. And Phyllida had done her share of all of that during previous residences and visits. Her lips curved at the memory of a particular night at the Savoy. Then the smile faded. There were other, not nearly so pleasant memories that accompanied her return to London, hence the mixed emotions with which she struggled. Phyllida didn't care for having such mixed emotions. It was much easier when things were straightforward, when she knew how she ought to feel and react. But there was no help for it. She was here in London, and, as was her nature, would make the best of it, all the while hoping to avoid disaster. The ancient and yet shockingly modern city was a far cry from sleepy little Lisley in Devon, although with the number of murders that had recently occurred in the small village where Phyllida managed the home of Agatha Christie and her husband Max Mallowan, Phyllida began to wonder if the village might, in fact, be in competition for London on a murder-by-square-foot basis. It was a shame, to be honest, that the vibrancy of the city and all of its civilized offerings were overshadowed by the fact that Phyllida did not want to be here. In fact, probably the only person in the world who could have convinced her to return to London was Agatha, with whom Phyllida had been close friends since they'd worked in a hospital together at the beginning of the Great War. Phyllida's employment as housekeeper of Mallowan Hall suited both women perfectly, for a variety of excellent reasons. But not only was Phyllida in London, against her better judgment, she was currently crammed in the front of a Daimler with a panting, pricked-ear, hot bundle of wildly curling canine fur squashed on the seat between her leg and the motorcar's door. She still wasn't quite certain how Myrtle had managed manoeuvring herself into such an ungainly position. The impertinent little beast. "All right there, Mrs. Bright?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?